Welcome back to What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you the Cape through the eyes of a couple of locals. I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin.
And I'm Katie Clancy. Each week we bring you a person, a place, and a thing that we think you should know about.
And this week we're so excited to be at the Cape Cod Lavender Farm.
So Cynthia, we need to know about you. How did you end up at Cape Cod Lavender Farm?
Well, I actually created the farm 27 years ago. I had to have some work to do, loved to grow, had the property, and decided to take a stab at growing lavender. I did some homework to find out whether it was actually going to do well on the Cape, and after being told that it probably wouldn't, I purchased 400 babies to do a test.
Wait. Okay, so let me just make sure I got this right.
Yeah.
So you thought, I'm going to start a lavender farm. You did some homework, found out it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And did it anyway.
Yes.
Oh, understood.
Love it.
Yeah.
And
So
27 years later.
27 years later and several thousand plants later, we see about over 10,000 people a year between May and October.
Wow.
They come to visit and see the lavender, and when it's in bloom, which is the end of June and early July, we sell it fresh. We pick it. I have pickers that work for us, and we pick it and sell it right off the rack in the front.
And another thing that we love about you is that your family's involved in the farm, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I have 4 children, and they've all had a part in the farm at one time or another in their lives. They're all grown now with families, but they have had a hands-on time with me and my husband during the whole 27 years. Now that they're older, they can't spend as much time here, but I hope that they can jump in.
Tell us about the actual physical farm. How big is it? Where are we?
Well,
also?
okay,
Yes.
we are in the center of Harwich, and I have 12 acres, 10 of which is woodland. 1 acre is lavender, and my house is on another acre, where we have bees and another little guest house that we do an Airbnb. When we started the farm, I planted about 8,000 plants. It took about a year, and they were a gift to me from my husband, and so that was the actual start of the farm.
Wow.
So,
I did not know that part.
And I think it's really a hidden gem back here. I know when I was driving here, I went through the neighborhood and I said, am I going the right way? And I saw your signs. You would never know that this existed back here.
No, it is a hidden gem for sure. And we've been good stewards of the land. We've got conservation surrounding us. And we have 12 acres, as I say, of mostly woodland. And people can walk around there's 100 acres abutting us. So people can come, and if they want to park here and take a walk around the conservation lands, they can do that.
So there are trails here as well?
Lots of Harwich Conservation Trust trails. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to come and see the lavender in bloom, when's harvest? When's the best time to see it?
We harvest the last week in June through the first 2 weeks of July, typically. It might vary a day or two, depending on what the weather is in June, but it's for 27 years it's been the last week in June at some point, where we start to pick some of the varieties, and then as time goes on for the next couple of weeks, other varieties come into bloom. So we're picking for about 3 weeks. We don't let it open. So our picking season is very fast. If we were to let it go and not pick it, it would be about a 3-week colorful time. It's a 3-week colorful time, but not the whole farm is colorful because we start to pick. So as it blooms, we pick.
So tell us a little bit about lavender. Like, why lavender?
Lavender, when I decided that that's what we were going to grow, was not being grown. on the eastern seaboard anywhere. I'd heard of some wineries in California that were growing it on their vineyards. So that was why it was a bit of a challenge when we first started this, as to whether it was going to take off. And back 27 years ago, lavender was not vogue. It was your grandmother's favorite scent, but it wasn't in our day. So when we first started the harvest, I would go down to local fairs and whatnot, and I'd be giving it away because people weren't buying it. And now I can't keep, I'm sold out already, pretty much. So that's been the life of lavender. It's had a rebirth. And we were positioned, ready to celebrate that rebirth because its versatility is endless. It appeals to all the senses. It smells great, it looks great. You can hear the bees buzzing on it. It tastes great.
So we love that there's so many uses of lavender, and another thing we love is your local partnerships that you have. I know one is the Chatham Candy Manor.
That's correct. They make a lavender chocolate covered pretzel in white, dark, and milk chocolate, and they are bestseller. We also have a partnership with Cape Cod Cranberry Harvest, and she makes our marmalade. She's been making that for us for 20 years. It's a bestseller. It's lemon and lavender combination. It's great on soft cheeses. We have a partnership with Gustari Oil and Vinegar in Chatham. We sell their Herbe de Provence. And we have a partnership with a couple in Brewster, Bethany Seasons. They were our very first partnership. They made our first bar of soap. And we still carry the same soap and the same mist 27 years later. We sell a lot of it. I also have a partnership with my sister. She makes soap for me, felted soap, Will Felted, Susie's soap, Susie Suds.
And I think one of your newest ones that I've used is the roll-on for Prima Bee.
Yeah, Prima Bee and Paul and Prima Bee and I have collaborated with a Zen roll-on, we call it, which is CBD, broad spectrum, and lavender oil in a roll-on ball. And we just introduced that in February via mail order. But now that the season's opened, we're selling it here.
You've told us about the products and the partners and all of this acreage, and you told us some of what goes on the acreage, but you left out one very important section that my children think is the most important section.
Yeah.
And that would be the Enchanted Garden.
Yeah, we have a little garden that is in need of some tending now, but there are there's a castle and 3 little toad houses located in this little path system, along with ferns and bamboo and other plant materials. And the kids love to come and imagine the fairies that might live in the castle and build their own castle somewhere tucked in under a tree or under a bush. We see a lot of kids that love that, so that's nice.
And we know it's beautiful here in the summer and the spring. What I didn't know is that you are actually open through almost to the holidays. Is that
We
right?
are. We open March 1st, and we are open 7 days until Columbus Day, and then from Columbus Day to Christmas, we are open random hours, most weekends and sometimes during the week. So, and that's new. We used to have to close because we didn't have heat, but my husband put heat in 2 years ago.
Yay.
And a little mail order room that you saw.
Yay to heat.
Yay to
and
heat, which
letting
is
people come buy gifts and things.
exactly
for the
until
holidays.
Christmas, and it's warm in there.
Yeah.
So
So for 27 years, you started this like, I think I'll do something that everybody says I can't do. And so you did that. Not only did you start it, it is thriving. You maybe single-handedly have brought lavender back into vogue.
Well, we think we were a part of that.
Yes.
Because back 27 years ago, we had a lot of interest nationally. The AP did a story on us, which was a total surprise. And of course, that was national coverage instantly. So we saw a lot of people, and we scrambled around to get everything ready. Because I was bringing lavender up to the Boston Flower Exchange. Local woman, journalist in town, said, I want to do a story on you. And well, she was doing the story on the birth of the Lavender Farm. She said, why don't you just invite the public one day? And that's what we did 27 years ago.
So you started this, you got national coverage,
Yeah.
you've continued it through ups, through downs, through
Oh, yeah.
economic challenges,
Yeah.
through weather challenges,
Yeah.
through all of this. We are so impressed with that. But we have to know, what is next?
Good question. Good question, because now I'm 27 years older. And I'm hoping that the kids will want to carry on, but I want to have something to go to the next level, since lavender is in a good place now. And the internet, when we first started, there was no internet. I have a really nice online store, and I think that's the avenue that I'm going to go, get some more activity on my mail orders. I do a good business, and I have a great social, Nikki, my social media guru, which is why you're here.
Yes.
I don't know what I'd do without her. She's my life, because that's how we're known out there, and she stays right on top of that.
You've
So I
managed
depend on
to-
her a lot.
You've managed to evolve
Yeah.
every year
Yeah.
with the times.
Yeah,
and
things
just do what
evolved.
needed to be done.
Yeah, and the interesting thing too was, I try to introduce a new product every year. And in 2019, I was talking to my husband about what we were going to do, and I said, well, let's try a hand sanitizer. This was November 2019. COVID did not exist. COVID was in China or somewhere, just making its way here. And I had decided that we were going to do the hand sanitizer. So we made 100 bottles, and COVID arrived. So we put it online, and the hand sanitizer was gone in probably less than an hour.
Yeah.
So we ended up making 1,500 bottles
Oh my goodness!
of sanitizer in the first 2 weeks, just to get it out. And that was when, I don't know if you remember, during the beginning of COVID, you couldn't buy hand sanitizer. So what we had to limit the number of bottles we could sell to people. We kept it at 3 bottles per family.
Wow.
And so that
Good timing.
it was serendipity. It's an unfortunate situation, but it worked out.
Well, we're so excited that you had us here today. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about?
What do you want people to know that
Yeah.
you haven't told them already?
Well, just what a beautiful plant lavender is, and how versatile it is. And also, I think one of our missions here is to introduce people, have them come and visit with the nature, the surrounding, everything that's going on. We have butterflies and birds, and it's been a great location to share that, and we like to share that.
And if someone wants to come here or they want to order your products, where can they find you?
CapeCodLavenderFarm.com is my website. We have an Instagram account. We have a store online, and they can come to the shop. We're open 10 to 4, 6 days a week, and 12 to 4 on Sundays.
Fabulous.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So that was awesome. I learned a few things.
I learned a lot. I'm also really excited to try my lavender marmalade.
Yes, I'm restocking.
Yes.
I have tried it. It is actually amazing on charcuterie, just saying.
Cannot wait.
Yes, yes. So that's What's Good Cape Cod this week. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified when we drop a new episode.
And if you'd like any more information about the Cape Cod Lavender Farm or past episodes, you can visit our website at whatsgoodcc.com.
See you later.